History isn't just battles, inventions, or significant figures. It's also full of strange and unexpected moments captured in photographs, snapshots that leave us both puzzled and fascinated. Today, we're diving into some of the most bizarre historical photos ever taken. Imagine taking a stroll in 1938 England and seeing a mother pushing her child in a stroller designed to protect against gas attacks. This photo captures the fear that loomed before World War II, where even the most ordinary aspects of life had to adapt to looming threats. At Los Angeles' California Alligator Farm, guests could freely mingle with the reptiles. Though it may seem shocking now, back then it was a popular family outing. Today, it's hard to imagine such a risky attraction being allowed. This unsettling image shows Soviet children practicing air attack drills. The Young Pioneers Youth Group, part of the Soviet government's efforts, aimed to prepare even the youngest for war. This image shows the aftermath of the Great Boston Molasses Flood, where a massive wave of molasses swept through the streets, killing 21 people and injuring 150. It's a bizarre disaster that's almost hard to believe. In Armenia, a 106-year-old woman stands proudly with her rifle, protecting her home in 1990. It's an inspiring image of resilience and strength. A failed attempt at innovation. The cyclomer was an amphibious bicycle meant to traverse both land and water. The concept never took off, and the prototype remained an oddity. This peculiar image from Montreal shows women wearing protective headgear during snowstorms. It might look bizarre now, but it was a practical solution at the time. The German Krumlauf was a curved rifle barrel designed to shoot around corners, an inventive, if impractical, weapon that shows how creative yet desperate wartime engineering could be. In this dramatic photo, a train in Paris crashed through a station wall. Despite the spectacle, only one person died, making it one of history's most iconic train accidents. After her family was slaughtered by Native Americans, Olive Oatman became Och, a Mojave tribeswoman in the mid-19th century. Although she later re-entered Western society, her distinctive facial tattoo tells a story of survival and cultural assimilation. Surrealist artist Salvador Dali collaborated with photographer Philippe Halsman for this famous shot. The photo captures Dali's eccentric spirit as cats, water, and Dali himself appear to float in midair. Two girls created one of the most famous photographic hoaxes by posing with fairies. The staged photos deceived many for decades. Only in the 1980s did they admit it was a playful prank using cardboard cutouts. Wojtek was a Syrian bear enlisted in the Polish army during World War II. He helped carry ammunition, becoming a beloved mascot and even achieving the rank of corporal. On September 3, 1967, chaos erupted as Sweden switched from left side to right side driving. This photo captures the confusion that filled the streets as people adjusted to the sudden change. Known as the father of science fiction, Gernsback's invention of TV goggles showcased early attempts to create portable entertainment technology. Judging legs might sound odd today, but in the 1950s such contests were popular. Women wore pillowcases over their heads, allowing judges to focus only on their legs, an amusing relic of beauty pageant history. This rare photo of Hitler in lederhosen was intentionally hidden from the public by the dictator himself, who thought it made him look undignified. Seeing this image offers a peculiar contrast to the fearsome image he tried to maintain. Princeton University students are seen here after a snowball fight in 1893. Before alarm clocks became affordable, people like Mary Smith made a living as knocker-uppers, using a pea shooter to wake up clients in London. It's incredible to think that this was once a job necessity. In a rare act of generosity, Harriet Cole, a cleaning lady, donated her body to science. The result was a meticulously preserved nervous system, an impressive achievement for the 19th century. Dr. Duchenne, a French neurologist, experimented with facial muscles using electrical probes to study expressions. Though this photograph might look eerie, his work was foundational in understanding human anatomy. It's surreal to see members of the Ku Klux Klan casually enjoying a Ferris wheel ride in Colorado. This photo captures an uncomfortable juxtaposition between normal leisure activities and hate groups. Before the neon lights and endless casinos, this photo shows how Las Vegas looked in 1955. Even the most iconic cities have humble beginnings. President Lyndon B. Johnson drives his amphicar on April 10, 1965. This amphibious land-to-water vehicle of West German origin was produced for several years during the 1960s. When the Princess May steamship ran aground in Alaska, all passengers survived, making it a miraculous disaster. The image of the ship, teetering on the edge, is both dramatic and surreal. In an attempt to give urban children fresh air, parents in London used hanging baby cages. Although it may seem terrifying now, no injuries were ever reported. Robert McGee's story is tragic. At age 13, he was scalped by Sioux warriors. This haunting photo shows the lasting scars of that event. Diving horses were once a popular attraction, where horses would leap into water from great heights. This photo captures one such act, an unusual blend of thrill and animal performance. Before his fame, Tim Allen faced legal troubles for drug possession. This mugshot shows a different side of the actor, a reminder that every celebrity has a past. Back in 1961, Soviet doctor Leonid Rogozov was in Antarctica at a Russian base when he realized he had acute appendicitis. He was the only doctor there and was forced to perform surgery on himself. He made it through and was back on duty in just 2 days. The German airship Hindenburg, swastikas and all, flies over New York City on the afternoon of May 6, 1937, a few hours before its historic, fiery crash in Manchester Township, New Jersey. Enos was the first chimpanzee to orbit Earth. The photo shows him in his flight couch before being inserted into NASA's Mercury Atlas V space capsule, a reminder of the animal pioneers who paved the way for human space exploration. Policeman Bill Norton is seen here measuring swimsuits to enforce modesty regulations on beaches. It's a curious glimpse into past standards of public decency. This early version of roller skates looks like a contraption straight out of a mad scientist's lab, with larger wheels and a design that seems more dangerous than fun. Howard Carter is shown here peering into the tomb of Tutankhamun, discovering one of the greatest archaeological finds in history. The photo captures a moment of awe and mystery. Pissoir. Public urinals on Parisian streets were an odd but practical solution for public hygiene, capturing the city's mix of innovation and quirky charm. Cyclists smoked during races in the early 20th century, believing it opened the lungs. Today, it seems absurd, but it reflects the era's limited understanding of health. Seeing Lady Liberty's face before it was assembled is an eerie, larger-than-life glimpse into the construction of one of the world's most iconic monuments. An enormous octopus balloon rises from the ground at the Barrage Balloon Training Center of Tennessee's Camp Tyson, circa World War II. This haunting photo shows the mass slaughter of bison, a tragic chapter in American history where millions of animals were killed, nearly driving them to extinction. During World War I, German-American farmer John Meintz was tarred and feathered for his perceived disloyalty and the anti-German sentiment at the time. The photo is a stark reminder of how quickly suspicion and fear can turn to violence. The trench gear of World War I soldiers often looks like something from a medieval battlefield. This photo shows the extreme measures taken to protect soldiers in the brutal, close-quarters combat. James Naismith, the inventor of basketball, holds an early ball and basket used for the game at an unspecified date. This photo captures the birth of a sport that would become a global phenomenon. This image of a woman bound in a wooden device shows a traditional form of punishment in Mongolia. It's a harsh glimpse into past justice systems. This image shows a soldier spraying a DDT and kerosene mixture as a mosquito repellent in order to control malaria during World War II. A clothier draped more than 1,000 coats around their shop building, hoping to draw in customers and reduce their excessive stock. Remarkably, before the police could arrive and tell them to take them all down, the stunt allowed them to sell every single overcoat. Red Cross dogs were trained to find and aid wounded soldiers during World War I. This image shows one such dog wearing a gas mask, reminding us of animals' invaluable contributions in wartime. A man stands next to an enormous container used to store wine in Kakheti, Georgia, 1881. In the late 1800s in South Africa, Jack the baboon was bought by James Wide, a railway signalman who lost both his legs jumping between rail cars. James trained Jack to push his wheelchair and help him operate the railway signals. Jack soon began to operate the railway full-time and was even given a salary. He worked for 9 years until the end of his life. He never once made a mistake. Maryland inventor George Stern unveils his creation, a highly volatile fluid that vaporizes nearly instantaneously. So rapid was the process, in fact, that flames from the gases it released did not burn. A man poses with a motorcycle equipped with skis in order to travel through the snow in Kersatz, Switzerland during World War I. Laika, the Soviet space dog, was the first animal to orbit Earth. This photo immortalizes the small, brave dog who paved the way for human spaceflight. These photographs offer a glimpse into the oddities and curiosities of the past. Each tells a story, reminding us that history is as strange as it is profound. Which photo fascinated you the most? Let us know in the comments section. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more stories captured through time. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest releases. See you in the next video.